Cheers. Hi, Jade.
Everybody's ready?
Is this number 5?
This is, in fact, session 5, yes.
Wow.
Oh,
This is gonna go to shit really fast. Let's see what happens.
we may or may not die.
I am, like, at this point, like, you guys have all your subclasses pulled and everything. I feel like everybody's kind of starting to, like, really get a grasp on everything. So I'm going to start taking the training wheels off, so to speak.
Jesus.
This is, don't worry, like I said, this one's mostly in your hands. I'm not going to try to kill you guys. A quick session 4 recap. The party escorted Abel to a nearby town known as Oliven to assist him in freeing the town of a curse. Upon arriving, you saw the amount of devastation the town had endured. You barricaded up the local house of worship and defended Abel from a horde of zombies and shadows. After the battle, you searched the area while Brunier raided the wine cellar. After gathering your belongings, you loaded up your carriage, made your way back to Secomber. On your way back, you noticed a strange hooded figure, but in a moment it had vanished, and it looked like it headed towards Secomber, the same direction that you guys were going. And we will start off with you guys coming to the town. As you roll in on your carriage, the first thing that you guys notice right off the bat is it's much more lively. You notice that as you roll in, I'll switch over our map to the town just so we can see that. As you pull in, you notice there's a lot more foot traffic. It's almost like word has started spreading that you guys took care of the local problem in the cave, and people are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, even though it's only been a day. Word travels fast. So you notice the docks are a little bit more lively. There's people walking around. You're starting to notice a different variety of people as you're coming through. And you pull in and you make your way over to the church with Abel. And he says, "Thank you guys so much. It really means the world to me. If you guys can come back tomorrow morning, because it's probably, I would say, about nightfall once you get back." He says, "Come back tomorrow. I'll have your reward covered. So come back tomorrow. I'll be here, and I'll get all that stuff for you." And he heads back into the house of worship. And that leaves you guys to do whatever it is you want to do. You have the night to yourselves.
Before we leave the church, Brunier is gonna kind of interrupt, and he's gonna be like, "Not so fast. We have to talk about something." And he's actually gonna lock the church doors behind us.
Okay.
And yeah, so in the church,
is it just you and Abel, and everyone else is?
No, the whole party's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need anyone. I do not need anyone to roll. This is all just story.
Oh.
I might start pointing fingers, but I know we're all good. But Brunier is basically like, when I signed up for these jobs, I thought we were just cleaning out bandits and fighting scum. But there's much more than this. Fucking zombies. The hooded man is following us. There's there's strange things going on, and I do not like it. I know I am on the right side, but I do not know what is going on with all of you. And he's gonna clear off a table, and he's gonna lay out the papers that he found in the wine cellar.
All right.
And Bobby, I don't know if you want to drop them in the chat.
Absolutely. I will drop them in right now. I will put them under campaign notes. So,
yeah, this will all be new to me.
Let me find them. Files.
This is fun.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna, like I said, what?
No, I'm just like, this is fun for me. This is. Oh shit, we leveled up. I forgot.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need anyone to roll nothing. I don't need anyone to fucking try and prove their point. Oh,
Uh,
what is that? That's what I found in the wine cellar. Who's
I couldn't
explain
resist.
that?
what's up in that?
I don't like dead things.
I couldn't
It's-
resist.
All right, so
That scared the shit out of me.
I have dropped them in there. They are loading in. Let me know when they drop in.
We dropping,
It's a
son.
fluid.
They're going.
Oh.
It's got like a
Uh,
sliver. Okay, they should be in there now. I think.
So this
They're under.
is what we found.
This is what you found. So he found a barrage of different papers and stuff like that. All of them having that symbol on there, on like the bottom or the bottom right, like somewhere on each page of like notes and just like crazy like frayed papers, all had that symbol. And then amongst all of that paperwork was a map. And on that map, it was the Sword Coast, and you could see the X it's not written on there, but that's the town of Ullavin. That's where this paperwork was found. And then you have Secomber circled, and then you have a spot in the Highmore circled as well, and then Dragonspear. I will say, um, Claudia, with her cleric background, give me a religion check.
Bobby, you also mentioned to me that you found. I also found like notes in like a language that I couldn't read,
Yes.
but they're all dated.
Y-
And I think you said the most recent one was dated only a couple days before we got to the town.
Yes.
I can read languages. My character can. I don't know if that's allowed, but
What what? Say that again, Jeremy.
21.
my character has a spell so I can understand the languages. I don't know if you knew that or not, Bobby. Like going into
Okay.
this.
I did not know that. Is it,
Comprehend languages.
Jade? I'm gonna message you.
I could pretend I don't have that for the lore reasons, though, if we need to.
I mean, if you have that
No,
ability, and
honestly, that might.
if you have that ability, that's fair game.
Oh,
Yeah, no, because that might help you. That might help you with this situation. Because I'm gonna start. I get back to my thing, and it's like I know when I signed up for this, I knew that I was doing it for good, but I do not know about any of you. And he's gonna point his axe at Goxin, and he's like, "You, lizard man, sneaking off, taking pisses or rubbing one out, or maybe sending messages. For you,"
Oh,
points at Claudia. Your arrival, very questioning. Of course, when shit gets real, you appear. You were not at tavern, but you there.
Why not save your life? Multiple times. I think
Wait,
at least 3 of those zombies.
only to drag it out. And then you, little one, quiet, fly on their wall, maybe taking notes. And then he's gonna point at bend over. He's gonna be like, "You, I actually trust you. You are okay.
Bin claps.
You took you charge of that pillar like a champ. No one who is involved would take a hit like that." Or you, priest,
In T-bar
how do I
claps.
know that we did not clear out this curse just for you to use your high magic to tame it for yourself?
he kind of
True.
it has stepped back a little bit, Abel, from the group. Just seeing that he's been now locked, like he's seen what you can all do, and now he's locked in a room with the 5 of you. So he steps back, and you see him kind of like holding his robe a little bit, and he just looks at all of you, and you could tell that he's very nervous. And he just says, I grew up in Ullavin. I pled to Travis Skern, the like mayor, governor, ruler of Secomber. I pled to him to give me forces to go out there because I want to rebuild Ullavin. There was no ill intention. Um, I just want my hometown to get the respect and love that it deserves. And he kind of just continuing, like hoping that you don't notice, kind of just starts like putting a little bit, not a lot of distance, but he just slowly is backing up a little bit just to separate from the group because he can feel this like clear tension starting to like expand. Jeremy, you with the language, is it a spell that you have to cast, or is it just like a passive thing? I would
It
assume it's a
is.
spell.
It says it's a warlock ritual. I guess it's a spell. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that probably acts as a spell.
Yeah, access the spell.
Yeah, I would say we'll use that as a spell in general.
Yeah, as long as you're like cool with that, that doesn't like break any fucking like
No,
lore
not at
shit.
all.
Because
No,
I didn't think you realized that I had that. When you said there was like an unreadable language, I was like, did you think about that?
no, I was keeping it vague because I hadn't figured out that specific detail yet, and I haven't had a chance to do research on the language that I think it is. So I just was keeping it
Gotcha.
generally vague. But if you want to cast that spell to understand the notes, um, you can do that. I will not stop you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, if
Yeah.
anyone still wants to
While
call me a
Brunier
drunken
is
prick, feel free.
yeah, while Brunier is yelling and
Why did
full of
Brunier roll
anxiety.
initiative?
Wait, what?
Oh, that was an accident.
Just
He's about to
ready to
fuck
start
someone up.
swinging.
That's why he rolled initiative.
Jay, did you get my
I'm
message?
getting too riled up.
What?
I sent Jade a Discord message on her religion check just so she has the information.
Yeah.
But
But basically, what Brunir is saying is he does not know what is going on in this town or in this area of the Sword Coast, but it is not normal, and it is not what I originally signed up for. But I do not know who you all are, and I do not know if I can trust you.
While all this is happening, Goxon looks at Brunier and says, "Hey, you don't have to worry about me as long as I'm getting money. I'm not gonna be a problem to you or anyone else." And then he grabs the stack of papers off of wherever they're laid down, and he goes, "Let me look at these real quick, and then I'm gonna try to cast comprehend languages as long as no one's gonna fucking try to interrupt me." All right, if everyone's
Ben
Well,
has
clear.
his Ben.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up and walk towards Bernier and just point at him because we're almost eye to eye. I don't know how tall your character is. But my
Like,
character,
yeah, you're
You're both
probably
short.
I'm gonna
You're
be
both
like,
short and
"Listen to me, man.
It's like,
I'm just gonna be like, listen to me. I may be small and quiet, but I'm not a bad person. I don't have anyone else. I don't have nobody else in my life. I just wanted to come here. I wanted to get some money. And yeah, it might not be this, whatever you expected. Shit is getting weird, but I like hanging out with you guys. I don't have anyone else to go back to. So, I just
yeah, like I
hanging out.
said, I do
He's
not need
being
anyone to roll.
sincere.
This is all.
Like the anti-confrontation. I love it.
I'm just like
Just
trying to
ready to
look
be
you in
like,
the eye because
look,
every
I'm a
other
cleric of
character I'm just
Sylvanas.
like,
My job to restore balance to nature. Where there's aberrations coming from another plane and fucking shit up, that's where I belong.
Okay.
That's why I'm here. I don't care if we stay together. I don't care if we separate. I'm gonna be here taking out these monsters until they're all gone.
Ass, taking names.
Britt, what
like-
was that last part you said?
what?
I missed the last part.
Oh, I'm just like, I'm just like thinking like, I can't like look at anybody else in the eyes. I'm always like looking up at them. So like you and me are like almost,
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, yeah.
Love
listen,
it.
man.
Yeah, Brunier finds huge respect in that.
Jeremy, I sent you a very brief thing on kind of just generally what the notes are as you are understanding these languages.
Okay.
I'd like to think Ben is holding. I have my ring that lights up. I'm holding the ring over the documents over Coxon so he can read it easier. But I am behind the mask, frowning at Abel.
I think I'm just gonna be staring at everyone's faces while I just go and sit back in the corner with my arms crossed, just like,
Claudia's Claudia's
As-
gonna lean over as well and take a look at the papers, and she notices the symbol on it, and she recognizes it as a symbol of Loth, who's an evil drow deity who lives in the Chaos Plane, and her worshippers are usually up to some evil things.
They spell Loth, Loth.
It's LOLTH, I think. I think there's a second L in there.
Lol.
Oh, I think it's like
Lolf.
lol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lolf.
The drow deity.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what my character is.
Oh,
Like,
it's
I think one of them is undercommon. I just forgot. I need to look it up. I don't want to say it's undercommon and it's not.
Yeah.
While you
It
guys
is
are all
very
kind of
long undercommon.
talking, Abel's, you realize, is gone. He rolled a nat 20 on his stealth, and so he's fucking gone.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah, so that dude's
Now we're
fucking
not getting
gone.
paid. Thanks.
He's shifty eyeing. He's just like,
How do we know? He said to be here tomorrow. How do we even know if he was going to pay us to begin with? This is what I
Right,
need.
he, like,
Scared him
He-
away.
This is what I
he
need.
bat,
Piece of
Batman.
shit.
Hot tempered drunk. Who knows how much
that
gold
fucking
just walked
guy
out
literally
on?
almost got McMurdered.
But yeah, what was the
Aw.
difference? We come back tomorrow morning and he's not here to begin with. We give him.
Not his last line.
So as you guys are like now realizing that this dude's gone, it's been a little bit of time since he's been gone, and you just hear this boom, 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 just this knocking, echoing on the front door, and you just hear these two voices, muffled, "Let us in. We know you're in there."
What did they say?
I'm not
Oh,
opening that
sorry.
door.
They said, "Let us in. We know you're in there," and then they just keep banging
Oh.
on the door. You can tell it's probably two guards that have caught wind from your escapee that are now trying to get in. You can see them starting to like shake the door, and they just are pounding on it.
I think
Ben
we should
turns
come
off
inside.
his magic. Ben turns off his light.
There are still like
They walked out and
like
talked to them.
like a typical house of worship. There are a few like lights and candles and stuff like that on. So you guys are in like dim lighting.
Mm.
Brunier goes up to the door, doesn't open it, but he shouts to the guards, "What is your purpose?"
We just want to talk.
Body of the
Why did you lock our cleric in the church with you?
Oh no.
That's between friends. Got nothing to do with you guys.
We just had to discuss some business.
Fucking pigs.
Let me finish doing.
Yeah, we just had to discuss some business.
We are the
Something
heroes
serious.
who saved the town yesterday. We are trying to get to the bottom of what is happening here. We meant no threat to the cleric, but we just needed answers, and we needed answers from everyone. Should I roll persuasion or something?
Yeah, do that. I'm trying to think of how I can play this out because I was.
Despite
Body
the
of
door
advantage
still
because I have
being.
negative persuasion.
Oh, no.
I'm just in my mouth. Go ahead.
I rolled a 16.
16.
Ooh.
Okay, with a 16, you can hear them sheath their swords just at the idea that you guys were the ones that helped the town so much a few days prior, and they're just gonna bang on the door still. Okay, our weapons are sheathed. Please just open the doors.
All right.
I'm going over your head for a second.
There. Brunier is gonna step out, but just him, and he's gonna close the door behind him.
Okay.
While that's happening, I want Goxon to explain what he read in those notes to everyone else around him.
Okay.
Because right now, Brunier's outside, like dealing with the guards.
Okay.
When Ben heard the guards knocking, Ben put his hands up, even though the door was still closed.
Well, yeah, just hid. She's a shifter, and she's used to people just assuming she ate someone.
I'm also just like ducking down.
Yeah, ready.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm out of something, just like peeking over, like
Now,
So-
when I
so-
go out to address the, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
When I go out to address the guards, is it just the guards or is Abel with them?
It's the two guards and it's Abel. He
Oh,
he panicked and he ran to go, because he knows what you guys are capable of, he panicked and he just ran to go get the two nearest
Okay.
guards. So as you walk out, you see. What was that?
I just yelled pussy.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you yell pussy or
Let's
did,
go. Let's
did
go.
you yell
Deep.
You
it.
see Abel's face turn a little like blush, like he's embarrassed, like he realized he fucked up and he shouldn't have jumped the gun. He just got really nervous. Now I'm forgetting. Oh, okay. So you're standing there, and as you go out, you noticed right away. Give me a perception roll.
Ooh, critical failure.
Oh,
Um, These are just two town guards. That's it. It's dark. You can't really see a lot of
Shit.
details. They're human. They're human guards. And, they're just like, their hands are still on their weapons, but they're like, what were you thinking? Like, what did you think? Like, why was that a good idea to lock him in there? Like, you guys are so helpful to us. Are you guys like turning? Like, is this all a setup? Like, what is going on? We need an answer now, or we have to take you to jail.
Before
And-
the conversation between them progresses further, I want because in the background, the conversation with me and everyone else
Yep.
happening, right? So before that proceeds, I want Goxon takes out the papers and explains to everyone that the notes he found were in an Elven language, and they lay out a plan
So
to make a group.
So real quick,
Yeah, you
I put
want to explain? Better?
yeah. Well, no. I was gonna say I put a form of Elven language because from what I read, it's Drow specifically, but from what I read, a Drow like language is a variation of Elven. So I just wanted to clarify that it's specifically like Drow language. But continue,
gotcha.
Jeremy.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say essentially what you wrote, which is just Goxon explains to everyone in his own way that the papers he read were plans to make a group make their way through different towns, resurrecting chaos pillars, and it makes heads at an end goal of bringing back an evil god. So when he explains that to everyone, he's looking at everyone like maybe we shouldn't trust those guards outside and that fucking guy that we just helped. So Tom's out there trying to deal with them, trusting them, and now all of us in here are kind of like probably getting suspicious.
Ben is.
well,
Oh no, you're good.
what we should do is fucking throw Abel to the wolves. Well, wait a minute.
We don't.
We don't know anything for sure. It's just
We
it's
don't.
We
just
don't know.
we found these papers.
Not there to
Wait a minute.
check.
Yeah, someone.
No.
Yeah,
Ben is gonna
I mean,
do
we
the
put him in the cellar.
thing. That's true.
Gaxon and Ben are charisma guys too. You
Yeah.
have nice modifiers for charisma, so you should try to smooth things over. Because I have I'm
So-
negative on charisma, so I'm not gonna smooth anything over.
The first thing I want to do is Ben is going to do the thing that happens to me every time I go to a restaurant, and I'm going to go to the door and look through the crack.
Okay.
Because
So while you're doing this, while this conversation is going on, while Ben is approaching the door to kind of peek out to see what is going on outside, Brunier, what do you say to these guards to not end up in handcuffs tonight?
Oh boy.
And while you're thinking of that, give me one last persuasion roll.
If he fails that, can I step in?
This is D&D, baby. You can do whatever you want.
I just don't want to cut you off while you're in the middle of something. You
No.
know?
I'm just trying to
Alright, so I
jump
rolled a
between
14
both.
for the persuasion check.
Okay.
But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say was, I came here to help this town, and what I have found was not just bandits. And I do not know what is going on yet, but I do know I will not let this town fall to evil. And I do not know who is evil and who is not. And that is what I am trying to figure out.
Okay. The guards kind of just are frustrated and overwhelmed at this point, and they're like, "Listen, just come with us peacefully, spend the night in jail, and we will sort it out in the morning." And they take out like rope to start tying you up, and they start walking towards you, and that's when Bin peeks his eye through it. And Bin, give me a perception roll real quick.
Perception roll. Bin rolls the wrong thing. Here we go. Bin got a 8.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yep. Well,
I can still interject.
It's hard to
he's
see.
just being arrested.
It's hard to see specifically through like such a narrow
the charge?
crack. But as they get closer, with the lighting, like torches on the outside of the building, you can notice that these guards are very young. They're probably like fresh out of training. And Jeremy, while Ben is looking through the window, trying to see what's going on, what is Goxon want to do?
Goxon's gonna open the door, go out, and throw his arm over Brunier, and he's gonna try to convince the guards that Brunier's just drunk and he's just being a little reckless. He was a little paranoid, but he's drunk. It's okay. He doesn't need to go to jail. We'll take care of him. And then
Okay,
should I
give
roll for
me
that?
a persuasion roll. Yeah, just give me a persuasion roll. I was gonna say with disadvantage. Yeah, I would say with disadvantage because you've locked their person in the church and are fighting. So I would say that they probably are aware you're not actually drunk. So give me
Okay.
a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Okay. And if that doesn't work, then I have another idea.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So wait, with disadvantage means I'm gonna
You
roll
just
it twice.
you just do
and
it
take the
twice
lower.
and take the lower. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure.
Claudia's also gonna mark Brunier's scent so she could track him in case he gets whisked away.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, so 7 is the first one. Let's try it again.
Okay. It's probably
Hoping that's the lower one. Okay, so 7's the lower one.
okay. So as you walk out and put your arm around him, the other guard takes out more rope and was like, "Just both of you come peacefully, please." And they both start walking towards you.
All right.
What's wrong with you guys?
Gox is gonna draw his sword and say that
You
wasn't
have
a
all the
question.
gold.
Fucking leave it at that.
Oh boy.
Wait,
I ain't getting
arrested.
Just jumping the gun. The whole town's
Oh
hurt
my God.
towards. So they jump back and they also start pulling out their swords. And is there anything
Wait.
anybody else wants to do before this goes to complete shit?
So am I tied up yet?
No, I would say they were walking towards you and they were about to. Then Goxon popped out. They kind of stepped back because they weren't expecting a second person to come out. And they started going towards you. So you guys are like close. You're definitely within like melee striking, but I don't think they've actually started tying you guys up yet.
Okay. So
Ben, you have good charisma. Maybe you could try.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bernier is just getting frustrated at what is happening. And what he's gonna do.
Do you like an intimidation check?
Yeah, so what's all right, so this is actually perfect. So what's gonna happen is Bernier is going to be alright, so he's gonna say, I am not going to hurt anyone that doesn't mean to be hurt. This is unnecessary. No blood was spilled. I have spent all day fucking killing zombies, and I am just trying to save this town. What is the charge? Trying to save the people? And as he does that, he's gonna accidentally trigger thaumaturgy, which is now part of his subclass. And and while he's doing that, so it's gonna be kind of simultaneous. So he's gonna go into a rage so with thaumaturgy, do you know what that is, Bobby, or do you want me to just?
I would explain this as a group, but I know what it is. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, so basically I kind of can just like manipulate some things around me. I can make my voice boom up to 3 times as loud for a normal minute. I can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change for 1 minute.
Oh yeah.
I can cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute, or I can create instantaneous sound that originates from anywhere, such as rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers. Or I can instantly cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut, or I can alter the appearance of my eyes. So what I'm gonna do is oh wait, so it says if you cast this spell multiple times, you could have up to 3 of its 1-minute effects active at one time. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my voice boom as I'm giving that speech. I'm gonna cause. Are there like torches outside the
Yeah,
church?
there's two like on the wall, and then next to that there's
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna have
giant
those
windows.
flames. Like as my voice booms, I'm gonna have the flames go up, and then there's gonna be a crack of. I'm gonna use the thunder above me too. So that all happens while I go. I'm also gonna go into a rage, and this is actually canon. So since my subclass is now giant, I'm gonna increase in size. So not only am I gonna gain muscle, but I'm also gonna grow to about like 15 to 16 feet. And
Oh shit.
at the end of my speech, I'm gonna be like, "Oh shit!" Like, and can I roll? Can I roll an intimidation check
I
for
would say
the
with
guards?
advantage for sure. Definitely with advantage
Cool.
because as you're yelling, you're getting more and more worked up, and the lights on the
Yeah.
building are flickering, and then thunder
Yeah.
shoots down behind the church, and they just put their hands back and take a step back, like they have,
Right,
and then
like
on top of that, you're growing and your voice begins to like echo. Yeah, that's
it's literally
intimidation
not
with
like a fight. Like I'm
advantage.
literally just like I'm trying to like keep myself contained, but I'm also just getting annoyed that it's becoming to the, like coming to this because I'm just trying to do good. I'm just trying to be a good person, like I'm just trying to do the right thing, and then I rolled a 10, but then I rolled a dirty 20 because my intimidation is a +3.
Okay, yeah, that works. As all of this is going on, you see them, they just put their hands back, they like drop the rope, and they're like, listen, we don't want, with like the flames increasing, what you can now see that like these guards are super young. They're like fresh off the boat. This is probably their first
Yeah.
night on the
Oh.
job. You can see that I wanted to come up with a design for it, but the logo that I came up with for Secomber, like their like town crest, was a sword and like a hoe, kind of like crossed together and like a
Oh, cool.
crest. So
Bunch of commies.
well, because it's like it's like a working
It's okay.
farm kind of thing. So I just was kind of putting those
Oh,
two
okay.
together. These they don't
Yeah.
have those. These are totally different crests. So they're from a different town. So they put their hands up and they just go, "Listen, we don't want any trouble. Please, just don't do it again. Please don't cause any trouble. We don't want to have to come back." And they kind of look at Abel for like assurance, like, please don't, fuck, like, don't drag us into this. And Abel kind of just looks around, like, he's still nervous, but he knows what you guys are capable of, so he's not any more afraid. And he just doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
He just stays silent.
How
And
how
Which is great,
young
yeah.
are these guys? Oh, sorry.
they're
That's
I would say
funny.
like 18, 20. They're like pretty young.
Okay.
They're like new recruits kind of deal. I don't.
So they're not from Secomber. Where are they from?
So yeah, that should be the thing. Does anyone else want to walk out? Because all I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna point at Abel, and I just gonna be like, I helped. Yeah, I helped you. I only hurt if you will give me a reason. Do not give me a reason.
Claudia's gonna roll a perception check on the crest. Would that be the right check?
I would say give me a history check, and then Tom, I meant to ask earlier, what town was it? Daggerford or Waterdeep? Did we say that you like sort of originated from? I don't want to go. I don't want to like go into your history, but I think you know what I'm talking
Got a
about.
4.
Okay, you're not
Oh
in.
wait, when for when where like my dad's shop was.
Yeah. Was it Waterford or
Let me scroll
Daggerford
down
or
to the.
Waterdeep? I don't remember, and I was trying to find it the other day. Um, with a 4, you've never been to this town of the crest, so you don't recognize it. Um, it's not a place that you have been yet.
I recognize that it's not Secomber's.
It's not it's not Secomber's.
Oh shit! Then it really narrows it
Oh
down.
yeah,
You
we
recognize
settled
that
on.
it's not the cover.
So, sensing the tension, Ben kind of struts out of the chapel and he kind of looks up at Brunier, who is still, what is he, 15 feet tall?
Yeah, like 15, 16 feet
He's,
tall.
he's like 16 feet tall, and he kind of like puts his hand up, like, "What are you doing?" But he doesn't say anything. He just kind of throws his hands up, and he
So
walks over to the guards because he sees that they're
as
young,
you're walking towards
and
the
he picks
guards,
up.
they still have their hands up, and now seeing you come out, they're just backing up like further. They're like down, they're like halfway
It's just
down the
getting
street at this point.
Ben wants to try and make a little bit of peace, so they drop the rope.
Yeah, they drop the rope.
Ben wants to pick up the rope and like fold like a dog, like a balloon animal. He wants to make them an animal out of the rope.
Okay,
Oh.
give me a performance check.
Okay, thank God.
Bobby, while he's rolling, it was Amphel. That's what we settled
And
on.
fell. Fuck. Okay.
Mm.
I gotta figure out where that is on the motherfucking map now. And it all falls apart in session 5.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Okay. So, yeah, I would say in your travels, Tom, so the symbol, I just looked it up just to make sure. It's like a shield with waves on it and a dagger in it. I would say with your traveling to Secomber, you've probably passed through the town and seen it before. It's Daggerford.
Okay, and then and I recognize that they have that symbol on their crest.
Yeah.
Is that on the map?
Yes, it
Okay.
is towards the water, never eats, west.
Okay, so yeah, Brunier is gonna come down. He's gonna go back to normal size, about 5 feet
Okay.
again. Rage is gonna dissipate. I got another one stacked up in case these guards want to try and do anything else. But as he comes down, he's gonna point that out. He's gonna be like, "Wait, that is not the town of Secomber. That is Daggerford. What are you
They
doing in this jurisdiction?"
they look down at their daggers and they look back at you and they're like, you can hear the shakiness of their voice. They're like, we just got pulled here as reinforcements to help deal with local issues that it sounds like you guys might have dealt with already. And they kind of just keep keep backing up
Mm.
a little bit. Um,
Can
and
I do
there's
a Can I do an insight check on that?
yeah, of course.
4. All right.
4. You have no idea. You're
Yeah.
so worked up and like still trying to come down. You know that they're
At this point,
nervous.
it's
You
like,
can,
all right, well, if you're gonna try and kill me, then you would fucking try it already.
yeah, exactly. And Ben with a 14 on performance, I would say you made it into whatever animal that you like.
Kind of look, kind of
It
looks like
kind
a
of
dog.
looks like it, but it's rope, so it's like
Sounds
a
like
flaccid dog or like whatever you wanted to make. And you hand it to them, and they look at it and kind of look at you and like raise an eyebrow. They're like, thanks, and they kind of just like look at all of you. At this point, I'm assuming you guys have all kind of made your way outside a little bit, and they're like, please just don't make us regret this. And they
Chill,
kind of just turn
just
around
fucking chill.
and they start heading
I want
over to
to roll one
the
more insight
housing
check.
that's like right over. Sure.
Oh wait, yeah. Before they go, could
I just want to
Yeah,
roll
yeah,
one
of
insight check
course.
on these guards. 'Cause it weirds
Yeah,
me
yeah,
I
of
out
also
course.
that
wanted to do
their
something
insignia
before
is
they left.
different.
Oh,
Where's my insight? There's too many
no,
eye ones.
this is gonna be
I
a
see it.
gigantic nothing burger interaction, isn't it?
19.
19. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
you can tell that they're brand new. This is probably like their first week. They've never had any battle experience before, and they're telling the truth. They signed up to be Crown's guards
Just
over in Daggerford, and they took a small group of people and brought them up to Secomber to help deal with the issues that they've been having,
Okay.
just to give them some extra security. But word takes a while. So by the time they got there and they got posted up there, you guys have solved the problem and it's been not an issue. But they probably just arrived there like that day. So eventually they're probably going to get shipped back to Daggerford once they find out like everything is like smoothed over. They're probably going to get sent back. So yeah, they're telling the truth, no lies there. Just a bunch of young kids that just got yelled at for
it's
doing
their
their
first.
job.
So just to play it out since we're here.
And it's basically.
They look like children.
Yeah.
Mm,
Fair. All right. And then, all right, Brunier is going to take 2 gold out of his purse, and he's going to flick 1 gold coin to each of them. And he's going to
Okay.
be like, here, sorry for your troubles. Go get that round on me. I will see you soon.
So you flick it at him, and the one snatches it out of the air, and he kind of nods and looks at it like, I'm gonna need a drink after this one. And then the other one, same thing. They both catch it in the hand, look at it, and they're like, this will pay for drinks because fuck, do we need it now? And they kind of turn. They started walking to the housing, which is like right next door, but now they've turned and they're starting to walk towards Red's Tavern instead. Like they're over this. This is day 1 for them, and they're ready to get shit faced and quit.
Bobby, did they take the rope animal I offered?
They did, yeah. You can see as like they're walking away, they're holding it still, and they kind of like look at each other, and like you can see them shrugging, and they just put it back in their pockets. They're completely unfazed by whatever weird limp dick poodle you just made for them.
I was secretly hoping they didn't take it. So I'm just okay, fair enough.
But
That's great.
and now, so it's you
Abel's
guys and Abel's still just standing there like looking around. He's like,
gonna run out.
All right,
I never-
yeah.
Is Gotson out there with the? Yeah, he's out there with the papers.
I'm just gonna run out there and just be like, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah.
I thought you guys
Brunier's
were
just
gonna
gonna look
kill
at-
me.
Yeah. Brunier is going to be like, sorry about all that. We will see you in the morning for payment. And he's going to walk off.
He looks
He's
at you
like,
guys,
"Gotson,
and as
bring
you,
the papers."
he just goes back inside, and you can hear the door slam, and you hear poof, like a huge wooden thing just drop down on the inside of it and lock it, and you can see the candle lights starting to like one by one get capped out, and yeah, Abel is a little upset, but he'll be okay.
He's a
Okay,
priest. He'll get
well,
over it.
That was crazy.
He'll do a couple Hail Marys for us. All right, and he's going to look at the group like, all right, beer?
Let's go get drunk.
So
Yeah.
as
Nothing's
you guys,
because it's late at night, right?
yeah, I would say everything's pretty much closed by now. Like after that whole interaction, like the sun is set, it's dark. There's people walking around just because people feel a little bit safer now in the town. So there's like people that are drunk that have been drinking all day. You can
Is the tavern open?
The
Yes
tavern
or
is
no?
open, of course. The lights are on. People are there. People are hanging out outside. I don't know if I want to introduce it now or later.
Yeah.
We'll do it later. Okay. So yeah, you guys are making your way to the
Wait,
tavern.
what'd you say?
No, I was
What'd you say,
talking.
Bob?
I was talking to myself. I'm sorry. You guys are making your way to the tavern, right?
No, it's okay.
Your like headphones keep
All right.
like breaking up a little bit. What'd you
Yeah, I
say?
was just saying we're losing you a little, Bobby.
I
That's
think
weird.
the mic is just like too far from your mouth.
I mean, they're earbuds. My hair might have been hitting one of them.
That was it. That was it. Yeah, those luscious locks were in the way.
The wolf cut.
I said you guys are making your way to Red's Tavern, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds
Okay.
reasonable.
That's reasonable.
All right, so you go into Red's Tavern. Everybody, a couple people stand up and give you nods like they recognize you because they're regulars from the other night of partying and breaking tables. As you walk in, you can see one of the legs on the tables is like wrapped up real tight from when Bernier broke it previously. Um, and yeah, Red's
Oh
there
yeah, I
serving
stole your breath.
drinks. And it has
All
a
right.
much more lively vibe. There's a couple tables open, there's a couple spots at the bar, but it's definitely more bumping than it was previously. And yeah, there's a wider mix of people. It's not just like dock workers and farm hands and stuff like that. You could tell there's people that are maybe staying the night because they stopped on the river and stuff. So the town is starting to get back to normal. It's a little bit more lively than it was previously.
Cool.
The community's coming together again.
And
Wow.
we're gonna save this little town. We're gonna
So-
save the town.
We could be
All right.
heroes.
Small businesses.
Yeah, and then Brunier is just gonna find a table in the back, and then if we're all sitting down, he's gonna look to Goxin and be like, "What did you find from the papers?"
All right, he's gonna try to explain it the best he can, but Bobby, can you go a little more into depth now that like he's had time to like sit down and like fully read it?
Let me see. Making me ad lib up in this bitch. So as you've sat down and start like really sifting through it, you can see that a lot of them are dated. And the most recent one was probably, I would say, about a week ago, and um, it hinted at them coming. It said they were coming to Secomber, and that was long enough ago that you can kind of track like that's a couple days after the town sent out the SOS that they needed help.
Mhm.
So give me an intelligence check
Mhm.
as you're sifting through everything and you're trying to piece together these different like manic notes with dates and everything.
Should it be like an investigation?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
Oh.
I forget which ones are which. I think that's under intelligence.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just have like a
Yeah.
+1 in investigation, so it works a little better.
Perfect.
Ooh, still not good though. I got a 4.
Oof.
Oh no!
Dude, get some real.
My boy is
computer.
dumb as fuck.
So yeah, just with a 4, I would say, like I said, you can see that they were at Olivin for a while. Like that was kind of like their home camp until they were figuring out where they were going to move next. And you could tell that, like I said, about a week worth of dates hinted that they were coming to Secomber, and that's when it ended. So you could piece together with your experience and your very low roll that like um, they were more than likely responsible for raising that pillar that was letting the kobolds in. And then they had hinted at a few other locations which are circled on the map. But I would say with your 4 roll, you're not entirely sure what their plan was with those locations, but you know those are probably where they're headed.
Gotcha. I was gonna say while Goxon was reading it, he was transcribing at least partially some of it, so that way other people can see it, and that's the way it's not just completely unreadable by the time the spell goes away.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean,
Oh, that's
we
cool.
got
Wait, so your spell, it's not like you can just read it, like it changes.
I can just read any language.
Oh,
Oh, okay, but are you saying that the pages are still written in the Drow?
Yeah,
like
the
the
pages are
Elven?
still written in that, so
Oh.
that's why he has to like transcribe it, because like the spell is gonna go
Oh,
away
okay,
eventually,
okay.
and then I'm not gonna understand it anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So he transcribed some of it to his knowledge of what it is. You know what I mean? And then yeah, he just brings up that it looks like these group of people are trying to raise these pillars, and I feel like we could monetize this some way, guys. We could find a way to get someone to pay us to go take care of this.
So do we tell people about these pillars?
What's that?
Real quick, Brunier, give me a history check with advantage.
Oh, nice. I'll always take that. 17.
17.
Fine,
Okay.
not that-
With a 17, you are not entirely sure what is circled in the High Moor. It's not an area that's familiar with you, but the Dragon Spear Castle that is circled, you have heard a ton of tales in drunken taverns amongst the dwarves. You're aware that it is a long since ruined fortress that was built by dwarves to house. Fuck, I can't. It's a dragon. It was like to house a dragon.
Okay.
Which dragon are we talking about here?
I don't remember its name. Not the same one though, Jeremy.
Okay, it's not Lymirth or whatever.
No.
Okay.
I'll try to find that. But
Okay.
so you know that
is the dragon still there, or
no. So the dragon is deceased. It was killed a very long time ago. But you know that it is a long since abandoned fortress, and the only people that dare to go there are adventurers or like thrill seekers because the creatures that like kind of are in the area are so dangerous that people don't really fuck with it anymore.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Brunier is kind of explaining that while looking at the map, and eh, whoever is doing this has importance, has a need to be at the castle, and is trying to manage what is going on in the moor.
So the dragon that like lived near that castle, I cannot pronounce its fucking name. Uh Halahatalier. It was an old copper dragon that dwelled in the dragon castle, um, and was a companion and friend of a half dwarf by the name of Daros Dragonspear. And yada yada, he died a long time ago. Um, and
All right.
his wealth was stolen. Basically that dragon, that cat. You know that that castle was built to house his dragon's enormous wealth. And when he was killed, it was more than likely taken. But people still go there because they're hoping. People dumb enough to go there are still hoping to find some type of treasure or magic items.
Right.
And
They took his copper too.
the other thing is that before he died, he did create a gate to Avernus at some point. So that is another reason that people might go there to try to see what the fuck that was all about.
And Brunier is explaining all of this currently? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's what he, like looking at the map, seeing the Dragon Spear Castle, he recognizes that from the drunken tales at the taverns. But I would imagine he probably also translated all of that to you guys.
Bobby, you're breaking up so bad right now.
Me?
For a
I don't
moment,
know.
You're good now.
Okay, I don't know why my headphones have been really weird lately. I had to like go into settings and like change a bunch of stuff. They were all fucked up.
It's cool. Yeah, they're good now.
Is there a quill nearby or some sort of pen or anything nearby, Bobby?
Give me
He was using one to transcribe, so
Yeah, fair.
there's one in his hands currently.
I probably have one.
Okay, so Ben Ben wants to reach over and take the quill because he hears when he hears Brunier mention of Vernus, he kind of perks up a little, and he wants to write near the castle. He wants to write on the map Avernus ?
Goxon allows that.
Oh.
For some reason, he just
Okay.
trusts Ben naturally.
The
He's
mute
fine with
So Ben
character.
near the bottom of the castle writes Avernus ? and then taps and then starts like rubbing his hands together nervously.
What is- So these
Wait, where are you?
portals-
Where is it pointing?
At the bottom of
Question
the
mark?
map near the castle, because Brunier had said there might be a portal to Avernus there.
Which is a layer of the 9 hells, right?
Yes, and Ben got nervous and was writing as a question mark because after hearing that, he doesn't like that.
Yeah, Goxon's gonna say, "I'm not going there. I'm not going there unless there's a lot of money involved."
Claudia's
well,
like,
it
bring
is
it on.
apparently filled with treasures, and it might be the answer to our problems.
Probably
For all we
filled with a
know,
lot of
they
dead
are
people.
setting up these portals on their way to Secomber, and then a main base at the Dragon Spear.
Based on this map, is the cave with the pillar we are in marked here? It's not.
It's not. I would say it is
Okay.
to the east, where the river kind of dips in weird. I would say it was probably somewhere over there. It's like
Oh,
a
like right
little.
above Southwood?
No, way closer than that. Like if you were to follow the
Okay.
river, how it forks right away, follow that fork north, and how it kind of twists and bends, and then makes that huge turn. In that huge turn is kind of where it was. It wasn't super far, which is why those kobolds were causing such an issue for the town because they were kind of working their way closer and closer.
Is it where that X is?
No, that was the town of Olivin. It's not on the map,
Okay.
so I had to kind of just add it in.
Guys, I'm
Gotcha.
still listening, but I have to pee really bad, so I'm just gonna mute myself and go pee. But I'll still be listening. Okay?
Do you?
Why are you muting?
Because my bathroom's like right there.
Okay.
You
And
didn't answer the question.
yeah, I don't see the issue.
Why you gotta mute it, bro?
Yeah.
But yeah, the cave
Okay,
was,
so
I would say, northeast, like a little bit. It was not far because it only took you like a couple hours to walk over there, so it was
Yeah,
not
like
a
that
far.
first wraparound kind of.
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
make this map? You're
No, I found it on Google.
proud.
It is the
I was like, God damn, you fucking did this shit?
Yeah, that's pretty
no.
cool.
No, but it's really, really cool though. I like this. This is like really cool to like put it in a visual.
Visuals I feel like are important. It's also important for me to try to figure out what the fuck I am doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually helpful. So, are we going to sit here and come up with a plan of what we should do? Or have we decided what we're going to do?
Well, it seems Dragon Spear is important, and it seems that we don't know what's in the High Moor, and neither does who is working on this map either. So, whatever they need in the High Moor, they might still be looking for it.
And it's on the way to Dragon Spear too, so.
Well, is that like in water?
It's like
So-
marsh. It looks like
Yeah.
swampland, kind of.
Yeah, the High Moor is weird because originally I designed everything around the idea that it was marshland, and then I was reading that they were like, no, it's like a savanna, and I was like, I'm gonna make it marshland, so we're gonna make it marshland.
I'm gonna make
Yeah,
it
it's a
more.
moor.
Yeah,
okay.
what I was reading is because it's a high moor, it's like elevated, so it's like a plateau. So in some spots where it dips, it's more
Oh.
marshy. And I was like, no,
Oh,
we're doing
cool.
marsh because
Okay.
I think I like marsh more. There's nothing in a
Fair enough.
savanna. Savanna is just empty. At least a marsh, I could try to kill you guys more interestingly.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
That is fair.
Ben with
No.
the pen. Ben with the pen wants to write on the map. It says, "Why did they circle Secomber?"
Wait,
Not
Ben just doesn't talk.
Oh no, Ben wants
clearly
to
it
write it
is
on the map because he's
important,
busy.
and
Oh,
clearly
okay.
these people are not as safe as they seem, or as they feel right now.
Hmm.
Goxon,
While
Well,
this is happening, I'm gonna look around and make sure no one's trying to listen in the conversation.
give me a
Shit.
perception roll.
Perception. Is that just a 20? D20 with the
A D20 and whatever your skill perk is.
depends on your sheet, yeah.
perception?
Perception
Oh my
goes
God.
off of wisdom.
Yeah, I'm retarded.
Ooh.
I literally was looking right at it. Oh.
Yeah.
A 4.
We're
A
rolling terrible
4.
today.
Luckily, you guys
One of those
aren't
nice
fighting
rolls.
anything.
How's going?
Yeah, you look around, you see people drinking, having a good time. You don't think anybody's paying attention to you guys, but you have no way of knowing.
I don't know.
You don't know. It's a fucking mystery. What a mystery is why my
Ben,
tablet's not loading.
Goxon, you still have the piece of the portal on you?
If that's what that was, and he reaches into his bag and pulls out what the fuck was it even called? Let me see. Yeah, he reaches in the
like
bag
a
and pulls
crystal
out
or
the
something?
strange crystal and puts it on the table. But when he does that, he looks at everyone and says, "Well, what are you guys proposing? What does this have to do with any of us?"
Maybe that was linking the cave to the Spear Castle or wherever else it
Well,
might
it is
be.
one.
Maybe they're
So they're setting up portals, and we have already destroyed one, but we do not know what we did to destroy it.
maybe we should be looking for the portals. Wait a minute, what was that quote? What was that quote
Well,
that they
we
used to
killed
say?
the big beast that
We
was
will
down
not.
there, and then the portal
We will not
fucking
stay
went away.
below.
You will not stay below. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's connected too.
Hmm.
Shit. This is gonna be cool.
When Goxon pulls the crystal out, Ben like rubs his side where the crystal hit him, and he just walked away.
Aw.
No.
Oh,
As
Doesn't
you
want to be
Claudia,
part of this.
what was that about?
as
Yeah.
as
Doesn't want to be part of this conversation.
as Ben reaches out
Brunier
and
is trying to call him
touches
back. He's going to be like, "What? You took it like a champ."
as Ben reached
What did
out
I miss?
and touched the crystal,
And
you can see a little bit, like at the quick moment he touches it, you could see the veins in his skin glow like a bright blue, just for like a brief second on that like brief contact that he made before he walked away.
this was Ben
Oh.
that had the glowing hand.
Yeah.
Any...
I'm just gonna like
you think you saw that?
skeptic.
Right, yeah, wait. Do we all see that, or?
I would say you
Did Ben
all
see
saw
it?
that because he didn't do anything to hide it. There was no like he just in front of everybody touched it. So yeah, I would say that you all saw that.
Well, what the fuck does that mean?
Did Ben see that you saw?
Give me a perception roll. You did it, so not like you just did
That's
it in front of everybody.
That's true.
Could have rolled a sleight of hand, my guy.
Yep. Well, should have.
Oh, wait, is he
17.
trying to nab the crystal?
7. No, he just touched it. Yeah, so you know that everybody saw. With a 17, I would say you know that everyone saw it, and you probably know that you should have not done
Not done that.
that.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Ben is
Well,
just going to walk away.
That is interesting.
Ben is not going to. Ben is not going to say anything. He's just going to walk to the other side of the bar.
Okay.
Do you just go to because they're at a table? Do you go to a
He's the one
different
who said that he
table and
trusted
sit
out of
down,
everyone.
or
Ben,
do you want to?
actually,
Like Claudia says to Vernier.
Ben is going to go
Whatever.
to the.
I watched that the man get chewed by wolves. If he is planning something, I'm not too worried about.
Ben is going to just kind of try and spin it around, but he's going to pull out his recorder instrument and try and play a song at like the front of the tavern.
Okay, so as you go up there, you see there's a bard like with a lute playing and like people are clapping because at this point it's like it's pretty late.
Right.
It's pretty late. People are drunk. They're having a good time. So yeah, there's a guy playing like a song, and you just go up and you try to play your what's it a fucking recorder.
Record. Yeah.
So yeah, you go. What? Why, Tom? I'm sorry to interrupt, but why does it look like your house is on fire behind you?
I don't know. Hold on.
I think it's a fan.
Oh,
Everyone's
okay.
house is on fire. Too.
I don't
I saw
look
that
at
too. I actually
I
saw
don't
that too.
I don't look at everybody's icons because I'm just like looking down. So when I looked up and saw that, I was like, oh no, our conversation came true. Their house is on fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the reflection of the fan. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So Ben goes up and you're like kind of stomping your foot, trying to like get the timing of his song, and then
Yep.
you're gonna start playing your recorder along with him. If you would like to give a performance check, go for it.
Oh yeah, let's do it this time.
I think yeah, cool.
17.
Wallace, go get a
17.
beer.
Yeah, so you start going
Yeah,
with the
no, we're having
beat
beers,
and
man.
you just nonchalantly just blend in. At first he's like taken back because he's like, what the fuck is this thing next to me? But once you start just like ripping along with the recorder, he kind of just gives you like a nod of approval and you guys are just playing a jaunty tune along.
Ben is officially done discussing this. Is officially done looking at things there.
You said you guys make your way to the bar to get beer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
It's-
guys...
Oh yeah.
Gonna
No, go ahead.
No, so you guys go up together to get beer and you're... Who did we lose, Jeremy?
Lost someone.
Jeremy.
Oh, we're back.
Ben killed him.
Shit.
Yeah.
Performance was too good.
Vicious mockeried him to death. and he's back. So you guys go up to the bar. You're greeted by Red, who has not heard what you guys did in Oliven yet, and she is not aware that you also just strong-armed Abel. She's unaware. She happily greets you. Hey guys, you want another like a round? And she just starts pouring beer. Seeing Bernier, knowing what he's all about, just starts sliding him right down to you guys. And she looks over. She's like, "You guys look a little worse for wear. Is everything okay?"
Yeah. Long day, well needed, and just starts pounding it back.
Wait, no. We're all gonna need
Yeah.
some.
Do I have to roll
Wrong.
anything to chug a beer?
So how drinking works, like, I think getting drunk, I think it's just constitution throws, and if you fail, I think you get, like, I think you start off getting tipsy, and then after that you get drunk, and then
Yes,
you,
you
like,
know.
yeah.
Can I roll? Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my fucking mic got fucked up there. Sorry.
There you go. You're back.
Continue. My bad.
Can I roll for that? Can we do shots?
What?
He's shotgunning beer. So yeah, if you all want to chug and roll a Constitution saving throw to see how you
Yeah.
hold your shit down.
What would be? Oh wait, never mind. Oh yeah, so we're just adding our constitution. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, we have like 30 minutes till I gotta bounce. I'm just letting you guys know.
Oh yeah, no, we're good. This shouldn't take too long.
Got an 11.
11.
Rolled
Your
a
little
9.
stature does not hold liquor well, so you are definitely trying to keep up Bernier's pace. And Bernier, you said you
did
rolled a 9?
Constitution?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I rolled 9 too.
I got a
Yeah.
12.
I was
Can I roll with
dehydrated.
advantage?
I'm rolling
Uh,
the worst
My character
fucking
is
things,
just a heavy
dude.
drinker dwarf, or
Uh,
it's a
yeah.
DM's call.
I don't see why not, because you are canonically just like an alcoholic, so I would assume that you have
Yeah.
like a little bit more of a tolerance. So I think that's fair.
All right, cool. Still, I only rolled a
I
13.
rolled a fucking 5 for some reason
Well,
because
yeah, I rolled a 9. I
I'm
get
feeling
it.
like shit tonight for some reason.
So I would say like it's been a long day, and you guys are probably just like beat up, tired, and probably like dehydrated. So yeah, these beers are hitting the spot, but you're definitely all feeling them like pretty hard right now.
Okay. The bar the Bernier is gonna ask the barkeep about what was the kid's name? AJ?
Oh,
Calvin.
in the cave.
Calvin.
Calvin. Caleb?
Cal-
Okay.
Calvin.
Calvin, CJ.
It was
The child.
It was Calvin Jr. to be like specific.
Okay.
Fuck that kid.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
I'm gonna be like, how is the boy? I'm gonna ask the barkeep.
He's good. He's doing as best as any boy could do after burying their mother. And while she's saying this, she's like still pouring beer, like passing them to you guys, passing them to other patrons. She was like, but we have a plan for him. We're gonna try to set him on the right path, and we're actually going to have him working in the house of worship with Abel. We think that's going to help him
Well,
maintain the right track. So yeah, he's had a rough go, but we're hoping that putting him on that path will keep him safe.
Have we had any word of the father since the mother's passing?
She kind of like looks around, and like leans in a little bit closer, and we're not sure who the father even is. His mom was a lady of the night, I would put politely.
Oh shit, she was a vampire.
She's a floozy.
She was a vampire.
She was a prostitute. So we're not entirely sure. We think that his father was a guard in Daggerford, who had made his way through here at one point. But none of us have been, so we can't confirm. But we did have, around the time that Calvin was born, or 9 months prior, I should say, a lot of people from Daggerford coming in and out, and there was quite a few guards that made their way here and were very rowdy, and we're assuming that was one of his, that was probably his father, but we have not seen or heard him ever since.
It's a shame, no mother and a bastard father.
I'm just gonna stand there like, ooh.
Bummer.
Ben here's the commiserating about his parents, and he raises a mug and drinks again because he's definitely getting hit a little hard with this.
Yeah. I'm gonna pound back another one.
Yep, me too.
Goxen's fucking wasted from the five that he fucking rolled. So he's gonna just fucking talk shit about fucking Calvin and go, yeah, who cares about that bastard? You got any more work for us? We're trying to do something tomorrow. What you got going on?
We do not need a child in the group. We already have enough to spend and spare. I rolled a 15 on the second Constitution saving throw.
All right, so you're still at like a happy place. You haven't gotten like more fucked up, but you're still feeling it for sure. Goxen is slurring his speech at this point and just being a dick.
You're just yelling. Give me work. Give me work.
Yeah,
I got a dirty.
Brunier is gonna look at Claudia and is gonna be like, "So, do you use that wild shape for anything else other than fighting?"
Goxen's going, well, and just step outside. Well, about that time, and just start walking away.
Do Brunier make you howl instead of giggle?
Claudia's just gonna punch him.
I ordered another shot.
Check for that.
Rolled 19, and then I
she's just gonna punch him.
And I just stumbled down. I just stumbled over where the music was playing, and I just am like tapping on, chilling.
After that, what was it? Brunier's gonna lean over to Goxen in a zip by the band, and is gonna be like, "Who knows? Maybe she keeps her tits, or she just gets more nipples, or more tits."
Kitty Nix.
Roll Satan.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Gotcha.
Ben drops his beer.
My punch him. That's a
No. I'm not even gonna. Yeah. If you want to hit me, I'm not gonna defend it or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Even like you don't even have to roll to hit. Like you could just punch me.
Yeah, it just lands. It lands.
Yeah. Do you want to do? Actually, do we even need a damage check?
I don't know.
Brunier is just going to giggle. Maybe not tonight, but one day you will fall for Brunier.
Goxon's gonna drink another beer, so should I roll another Constitution?
Oh yeah.
I would say.
Speaking of too short, what the fuck was that before by the church? I have never been. I've never thought I would be the biggest one in the party.
I got a fucking 4. I got a 4. So
You. I would say you're
Goxon's
probably
throwing
at,
up
like,
on the fucking bar right now.
I would say you probably like started making your way outside because you knew that you were gonna like throw up. So I would say that like you probably have exited the bar and you're just outside, just hurling into a nearby like a bush.
Well, after Goxon throws up, he goes back inside and goes up to Ben and starts shaking him by the shoulders while he's playing his recorder. And he just goes, "I know you know something, you bastard." And he starts shaking him.
He's just so hammered.
Yeah, he's just so wasted.
Jeremy, give me an insight check on Ben with disadvantage because you're fucking blackout drunk right now.
And my insight sucks. Like, can I do investigation instead?
No.
Oh, insight? Okay. All right, insight with disadvantage, you said, right?
Yeah.
The first roll is a 4. I doubt I'm going to get lower than that, but let's see if I get. Do I need to even check if I get lower than that or what?
No, 4 is that's fine.
Yeah.
You have no idea, dude. The dude touched a rock and his skin glowed, and you're seeing 2 of them
I just
right
know
now. Like you have
something's
no
there. I don't know
idea.
what.
Yeah, you
He's
don't
got a
trust
mask on. You
it,
can't
but-
see his facial expression.
Yeah, you have no
And
idea.
really.
Goxon. Yeah.
Ben
before
is putting
Goxon
his
walks
arms
away,
together
can
because
he
you're
just-
shaking.
Yeah. Yeah, before Goxon walks away, and he's like, "I know you know something," just flicks his bell, stumbles away.
God damn.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I have the bell.
It turns out this entire time he's been the Grinch.
Oh my.
The ultimate reveal.
Tavern nights are fun.
It's for you.
All
Yeah,
right, so
I don't
now
have to prep anything. I can just keep putting taverns in front of you guys. This is great.
There you go.
pretty much.
Couple.
So now Goxon's gonna go outside and he's gonna sit down and try to do a ritual for some of his gold. But since he's wasted, do I fuck it up, Bobby, or do I do
don't
it
know.
fine?
You brought it up now, dude. So you fucking got to roll for that shit.
I
I
need
would
to do
say.
it because it's nighttime, so I need to do it.
I would say give me a religion check. I'll let you pick.
Wait. Before Jeremy goes out, can he do a stealth?
That's good. Yeah, to see if I sneak away without anyone noticing that
Yeah.
I'm going outside to be
Because
mischievous.
Brunier knows
Well,
that
Sam-
He's
you're
honest.
fucked up.
He doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust me.
So
All right, no, just roll.
So just to like recap, the previous times that Goxon has done, Jesus Christ,
Got 20.
disadvantage, my guy, because you're
For one thing, I do good.
disadvantage. Do it
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I'll disadvantage truth.
As you drunkenly stumble your way out of the bar, let's see if you kept it together. Give me if you're trying to, 11. Give me a perception check, Brunier, to see if you can catch him sneaking out. You just have to roll a little higher than 11.
Drunkenly fucking stumbling out is what it is.
12.
12. Okay, so you, as like people are kind of like walking in front of you, you see Goxon for a brief second walked towards the door and he's gone. So you think you saw him go outside. You're pretty sure. Like you saw him for a
Yeah.
second by the front door and then he's gone. So you kind of are like, yeah, he definitely tried to sneak out. But like I was gonna say before,
Okay,
just to recap, the previous times that Goxon has done this, he hasn't done it stealthily. He has just got up and walked out. So you guys have seen him do this ritual before.
Well, I don't know if they saw me do
we've
this,
seen
but
him
they saw me
disappear.
leave.
Yeah, you've
We've
seen
seen
him
him leave.
disappear.
We don't know
yeah.
what, like, in Brunier's mind, he's either going to take a piss or rub one out, like,
Okay.
you know. But
and
this
Bruce's trying to
time,
join
he's
because
gonna
he's
follow him
coming out
because he knows he's fucked
he's
up.
go-
He's just gonna
gonna
go check
smoke
his
because he wants to
break
see me touch my pee-pee.
Yeah, he's gonna try and rape him behind the tavern. No, no, he's gonna go.
He's been waiting for you to follow this entire time.
He's
taking advantage of
gonna
me because
follow
I'm
him out.
wasted.
And yeah, like
Just your time. Or Brunier's side.
no.
I'm hoping
he's
he's
gonna
doing like
go.
pukes on his ritual.
Well, yeah, he's just gonna go and just make sure that he's not just like throwing up and passing out on the ground. That if he does need to bring him like to the inn. But I don't know if like I don't know
So
where
what exactly
you
are you
want
doing?
him,
Like, do I know you're there? Or are you like in the background somewhere? Like, and I don't notice, and I'm just like doing my thing. Like, what's happening exactly?
So, Tom, I'm assuming, are you hiding? Like, are you sneaking out there to tail him?
No,
or
because in my mind, I'm thinking that he's going outside to throw up some more. So I'm just making sure that he's not just like gonna be passed out on the ground.
Okay, so I would say it was like
I realize he's fucked up.
So with your passive
Oh, so
perception,
you're-
Goxon, I would assume that like you heard as you're setting up for your ritual, you heard the front door open again, and I would say that you probably glanced over and saw Brunier come out.
Gotcha.
So, because if he was trying to hide, then that it'd make you roll for it. But if he's just walking out, I would say like at this point it's dark out. A lot of people have stumbled home, so there's not much going on. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that you probably heard him walk out the door.
Yeah.
I won't make you roll to try to do your ritual just because it's something that your character has done every night for like a long time. So it kind of just is like
it's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah,
He'll even come out and he's gonna be like he'll even step out and be like, "Are you okay, my lizard friend?"
And then Gox is gonna be like, "Yeah, everything's fine. I just gotta get rid of this money that I love so much. It's all wasted. So he's just being an asshole. Very upset about it."
Wait, what was that? All the money?
Yeah, he says, "I'm okay. I just gotta get rid of this money that I love so much. I gotta just get rid of it."
But why not get
Being
rid of it to the
sassy and
barkeep?
letting too much. Huh?
Why not just give it to the barkeep?
I need to do this or else I'll be useless. And then he puts 5 gold into his little flame thing. And
Oh shit! You're actually
kinda
showing me the
go up.
ritual.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's wasted. He doesn't care. He doesn't care right now. His guard's down. He's not like
okay.
being fucking, all like, "Oh, I want to be alone." Like he doesn't fucking care. You know what I mean?
So you're kind of ranting about your fucking
Yeah.
patron right now?
Yeah, he's wasted. He's pissed off about it. He's like, "It's fucking bullshit. Keep giving this bitch money, and what does she give me? Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing."
I have known plenty of women like this, my friend.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right,
and
so
then,
I
what do you do
5
then?
out of my inventory.
So as
So wait.
as Goxon
Okay.
is bitching about his patron, he takes like this pouch out with the ceremonial ash, makes like a big circle, and you can see that he makes it almost looks like an X with a sword going through it, and the X connects to the sword at the bottom, and right in the center of that X and the sword, he puts his gold. Jeremy, how much gold are you sacrificing tonight?
5. I know normally I would have to do more than that, but like he's drunk and he's not caring. So he's like, "I'm only doing 5. Fuck that bitch."
Because we said that every night it increases by 1. Did we settle on that? I don't remember. Like every time you sacrifice, it goes up by 1 gold.
I think it was that every time I sacrifice, I know that I should give more, but I didn't know that means I had to. I thought if I didn't, maybe things would happen because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Aw.
This is fuck. I was keeping track.
I like that.
This is
'Cause I think it was
5 sounds
6
like the
last
last.
time.
Yeah, that was
this is the third. This is night
Third
3
night.
of the game. So okay. So and you
I
said your
think I was up to
sacrifice.
6 gold.
I feel like you guys went like 1, 3, 5. Like it's
Yeah.
sounds
No.
Yeah, I
right.
think.
So 5 will be enough because every night the suggested amount is gonna go up by 1 gold. So
Okay.
so you
Well, he was going to do 5 anyway, so
yeah.
for
So
now, fine.
it
5 is fine.
so your minimum monthly payment is 4 gold. So 5 does cover it. Just so you know.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to put that in my notes so I don't forget for next time.
yeah.
Mm.
What's that? That's okay. Okay. So you take the ceremonial ash, you make your design, you put your 5 gold in the middle, and Brunier, you see him kind of lean in, and he just lets out like a little bit of breath, and it has that like I think electric is his. So the electric kind of runs through the gold, and it starts to melt. And as it melts, it turns to dust, and the dust goes into the air and just disappears. And then that's it. I would say, like, as that happens, the ceremonial ash also rises into the air, and the whole ritual kind of just dissipates, leaving nothing behind
Oh, yeah.
except for the satisfaction of his patron.
And that's right. Like before this, Jeremy, yeah, you were just ranting like this chick always needs my money and trying to take all my hard-earned
Yeah,
goddamn
I was
cash.
just bitching about her.
Yeah. It's like, Bernier's gonna look at him and be like, "Huh? What is fucking magical alimony? Yeah, women, I hear you." Kind of pats him like he doesn't think too much about it,
Yeah.
but he's like, huh, "What a neat trick."
But then they go back inside to, I guess, keep getting fucking drunk.
Yeah, I can do the rest. Now I'm content with the night at the tavern.
Okay.
I don't need to break another table.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I say
was
we
just
go
not-
back inside and we kind of link back up with everyone. You know what I mean? At like that
It
table.
was just Goxon and Bernier.
I'll do.
That's all that.
I'll do.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'll do one more. I'll do a quick performance roll just to dance with the band. Oh, there we go.
But
Nat
also,
20.
it could be that Ben saw it from the fucking doorway because Ben was there performing. If you wanted to see it, Ben, if that's what wanted to happen.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure how I'd react to just seeing a bunch of money disappear. In the
Yeah.
Ben was just kind of like, and when you walk in, because he saw it was your gold that you disappeared, Ben wants to reach behind Goxon's ear and pull out a coin from my own purse and give it to him. Do I need to roll something?
Aw.
I would say roll like that's like a reverse sleight of
Sleight of
hand.
hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Ben got a 16.
Nice.
Nice. Yes. So
Nice.
your magic trick works.
So
Just-
Ben reaches behind Goxon's ear, pulls out a gold coin, and gives it to him because he just saw your money disappear.
Nice. Coxon's fucking wasted, so that got him really hyped up, and he goes, "All right, we're both drinking with it then." And then he throws it on the table and gets 2 more fucking drinks.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
a little thing
I-
in the top right corner just says Goxon approves.
Yeah, exactly.
Goxon will remember this.
I'll have another round. I did roll a nat 20 for just a performance check to dance with the band, but now I'm going to do that
Oh,
with
hell
a
yeah.
beer in hand.
I was really hoping.
Oh, no.
I was really hoping you'd break another table.
The night is young.
I'm-
Buck.
yeah,
It was
I
just
think he got all of his anger out.
yeah, that is true.
vibing.
Made these 2 guards fucking shit themselves. You can see those 2 guards, by the way,
Oh,
like
nice.
in the corner, just drinking, like trying to avoid you. Like as you guys move through the area, they're moving to like the other side.
I was gonna And
I think
I'm
we're
like,
right to them.
as I'm dancing, I'm trying to go up to her, like, and they're just like, no.
Eventually, I
I
would say
rolled
throughout
a
the night, as it progresses, they also get so drunk that they kind of start joining in, and it's like an all is forgiven kind of
I
moment.
All dancing.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
I rolled a 19 altogether for the Constitution saving throw.
Okay,
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm
so
vibing.
you're just out there, just drinking with guards you scared the shit out of. Just this is your
Yeah,
this is you. This is like what you live and thrive for. So you're
right.
just having the time of your life. But
Yeah, and like he was like too. He's like, "See, Brumir means you no harm," and he kind of slaps them both on the back, and they're
and
just like, "Ah, yeah,
they
yeah,
kind of like spit, like they were in the middle of
yeah."
chugging, and they kind of spit like a bunch of beer, like kind of like choke on it. It goes down the wrong pipe as you just
Yeah.
smack the back of them. Is there
Ben rolled a
anything?
3.
Yeah, you're just on the floor at this point, Josh. You're just hammered.
I was like,
Nice.
I tried drinking the beer with the recorder because I think it's a straw.
That's
Um,
funny.
is there anything else anyone wants to do as the night begins to wrap up, or is everybody done their piece?
I was gonna say Goxon's just fucking wasted to the point where he looks at everyone and he's like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here." And he just doesn't say anything and just runs to the fucking inn and goes
The
into a
Irish
fucking
goodbye.
room, passes out on the
Yeah,
floor.
I was
Just
also
I'm fucking leaving. Just leaves.
saying.
Brunir will stay late since he's already doing pretty well.
All right, so the party slowly
But he's
begins to. Oh no, go ahead, Tom.
no, yeah, no. It's like he'll stay. Like he stays until last call,
Mm.
and then like he's basically last one out.
Awesome. All right,
You know,
so
and he will
Ben would be
drunkenly
hanging
help
out
clean
this
up a
time
little
too.
bit.
oh, how
Mm.
nice! Instead of breaking tables, you're helping Red clean up.
Yeah.
Um,
You take the good with the bad with Brunir.
so real quick, since we have 11 minutes, as you're
Mm.
helping Red clean up, uh, it's quiet. The night's come to an end. Everyone else is gone. It's just you and Red cleaning up, with the exception of her wild dog Bear in the corner, who's just passed out. And she looks at you and she's like, when you guys came back from your initial adventure, we never got to have a conversation about what happened, where you said you found Calvin in a cave, but you guys never gave me any details over that. What happened? Where did you find? How did you stop these kobolds from wreaking havoc on like local farms?
Well, we did what you hired us to do. We went in, we fucking murdered them, and we saved your town.
Give me
Fucking murdered.
give me a deception check.
Gotcha. Okay, deception. Spill the beans here. 14.
Okay, she rolled an 11 on her insight. So as you explain that to her, she kind of looks at you like once over, and kind of just nods, and she's just like, that was it. It was just a cave of kobolds.
Yeah, that is all.
Well,
I probably won't spill too much without the group with me. So that's why, like,
yeah, no, that's
I
fair.
will
I
give
just
like half truth.
okay.
Like half detailed.
So she kind
Yeah.
of just looks around, looks at you, and she says, "Well, I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I never know what to call them. Like if it's a governor, like the leader of Secomber. I don't know.
The
Like
mayor.
the
I'm
mayor.
gonna say
Yeah,
the mayor.
the
Mayor.
mayor has been trying to get help for a long time, and they just haven't sent us help. And I don't know if you noticed some of the guards, but he came back with help, but they like it feels like they laughed at us, like they didn't take us seriously. They sent us fresh meat, and it's just they would have all died. So you saved more lives than you realized. So thank you. And that conversation
I
comes to a
can promise
close.
you.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, as she's like wrapping that up, I'm gonna be like, well, I can promise you we're going nowhere anytime soon, and we will be here to help if you need us again.
We'll need all the help we can get. And then you guys finish cleaning up. You leave, head over to the town. Her inn or tavern locks up behind her, and you guys make your way to. I think we said you guys had the men in one room and then the women in a room, like you were separated like that, right? I think that's how it was.
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah, I
something
think
like
me
that.
and
Yeah.
Doxon are sharing.
That makes
Alex
sense.
is just on the floor, his legs like half on a bed, and you walk in and see that. There's throw up all by his face. So you walk in to find.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys make your way to the inn, and you doze off, and that is another night in the books. And then Goxon, you have drunken
Yeah.
dreams of your patron, and like the last couple nights, your dream is kind of just this dark area, and you look around and you don't see anything, and you just hear this voice, more, and then fade to black. And you guys wake up the next morning, and we'll start our next session that morning.
Really quick, can we just rush over and sell all of our shit? Like we don't really have to do
yeah.
much story.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Good call.
Okay,
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
at
So
least
that way,
just save us time on the next session.
that's perfect. So,
Um,
I'll speed run through this as quick as I can. I think I gave you guys the gold number that everything would sell for.
Yep.
I did that on purpose so that
Yep.
way we could just rush through that. So you guys run over to the fucking. I closed my tablet. The local. What was it? Hide and seek. So you guys run over there. They
Yeah.
greet you. You guys sell all of your stuff. And then, so you guys can feel free to map
Yeah.
that whenever you want to.
So
And then
I have. Oh god.
I was going to say, from there, you guys run over to the house of worship where you see Abel and Calvin. Calvin now has traded his suit of armor for a robe, and he's there sweeping and like tidying up.
Wow.
And Abel, I'll just speed through it real quick. He gives you each 500 gold. With the exception of Claudia. Claudia instead, you can add this to your inventory. He walks over, if I can fucking find it. He walks over to his pedestal and he kind of disappears behind it for a second. You hear rummaging and he pulls out this large box and he turns it towards you and he opens it. And the second he opens it, this bright light kind of just flashes and blinds you for a moment. And he says, child of faith, please take this as a token of my gratitude. And he hands you a necklace with the Sylvanas leaf symbol on it. It's not magic. It just is a nice little gesture of faith. But then he hands you this glowing object, which is a magic weapon. It is the Mace of Disruption. It's on D&D Beyond. If you can't find it, I can add it into your inventory myself. Just let me know.
Okay.
It is dope as fuck. It is when you hit a fiend or an undead with this magic weapon, that creature takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage. If the target has 25 points or fewer after taking this damage, it must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or be destroyed. On a successful save, the creature has frightened condition until the end of the turn.
Yeah.
While you hold this weapon, it sheds a bright light in a 20-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 20 feet. So yeah, super cool weapon. He gives you that instead of the gold, but everybody else he just gives 500 gold. And then when you're leaving, you notice in the center of town, and we'll go through this guy maybe next time if you want to rifle through his stuff because he's a real fun character that I made with some detail. But you notice a cargo wagon similar to the one that you guys have, just very basic. And there's like bags and stuff over that, and you see you see this really, really short, like little gnomey. I think it's it's as if I think you're a rock gnome. He's the
It's like
same.
really hard to hear you.
Breaking
You
up a
know.
little bit.
You're disappearing, Bobby.
Oh my god, is that better?
Oh, you're
I'm
going
disappearing a
away.
little bit.
Is that better?
No.
No.
You're coming back a little bit.
Is that better?
There
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
Okay. I might just have to use one. My headphones have been real shitty lately. But so as you leave the church, you notice that there's a wagon set up right in the center of town, and it's got all bags and stuff in it. And you see this gnome kind of in the wagon, and it's weird because you see the wagon has like the sticks for a horse to pull it, but there's no horse. It's just this wagon that has somehow ended up in the center of town, and he's in this baggage, and he's kind of rifling through all these objects, and like he's pulling out all these like giant staffs, and like as he drops one of the staffs, like a bunch of flowers shoot out, and he's like, ah shit, and he like jumps out and like puts them like standing up. The one falls over, it turns into like a fucking snake, and he's like, ah fuck, and he like takes that and like smacks it on the snake up, smacks it on the wagon, and turns back to the staff, and he's just rummaging through all of these like really bizarre weapons, trying to set up for like a day's shop. And then I'll say that's where we end. You guys coming out of the church, having sold all your.
Yeah, I definitely want to dive into him when we start the next one for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I figured that would be a good.
Real quick. Yeah, real quick
Go ahead,
before we end it, I just wanted to see. So we got 500 gold from Abel, but before that, we had a bunch of riches that Tom was holding on to or
Yeah.
whatever. Someone
Right,
was
all the
holding.
jewelry from the cart.
So just sold. We'll just sell the trinkets at hide and seek. They're worth 500 gold, so that's another 100 gold for everybody.
Okay.
Divided between the party.
And if you had
and
zombie
then,
juice,
yeah, like does
How
anyone
much for the zombie juices worth again?
think 12?
it was 12 vials worth 3 each, so 36.
I mean, I went from like 50 gold to 665, so I'm chilling.
Oh yeah,
I'm chilling.
And then does
For
anyone
now, of
want
course,
a light
until I see that
crossbow?
cart. I see that
Yeah,
cart.
really.
Huh? What did you say,
Does
Tom?
anyone need a light crossbow?
I do have one actually. You're good.
I do not. I do not.
30.
That's what I got magic for.
I don't think so.
I am okay.
Okay,
I
cool.
actually got one from one of the dead guys.
Yeah,
You still-
I'm gonna
you still
start.
got
I
a
used
gun.
the bullet and missed.
Yeah,
You gotta get some more bullets.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
still a
that's
gun. That's still a gun.
Yeah, it's more-
I would hold on to that.
True.
yeah, I'm just gonna sell my inventory too, and just add on the GP from that.
Yeah, that's what I did that already. I only had like one thing to sell. I didn't have much, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did that too.
I have 2 short swords, a scimitar, the light crossbow.
How
and
much each for the zombie juice again? Sorry.
3.
3?
3 for
12.
juice.
It's 30, so it's 36 if you sell all of them.
So
Bobby, how would you feel if I tried to create a weapon? Would you be upset?
We'll talk about that
Yeah,
while
that's
we're
fine. I just
playing
had
Baldur's Gate.
I had a stupid idea. That's fair.
Well, yeah, we'll discuss that
like
when I'm
that.
punching shit in the face. We'll figure that
That's
out.
fair.
Because your class is weird as shit, and I feel like it can break the game, but I'm open to... This is a game that's meant to be broken, so I don't give a fuck. We'll figure it out.
Gotta be careful. Fair enough.
But yeah, I think that covers it. You guys can feel free to get your gold from all your stuff and figure that out. And yeah, that pretty much covers it. We'll
Great
leave
session.
you guys walking up to this character I spent so much time figuring out, so I didn't want to gloss over him because I really like him.
Yeah,
Word.
no, that's.
Yeah,
I think this is great. This is a great way to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was definitely a good
Great
session.
session, guys.
I know I've said it before, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but at any point, if everyone's just like, hey, I'm not doing anything, we're all just not doing shit on this random Sunday during the day, we can fucking go for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, because
I can
Tuesday
stand on
night
this.
is kind of fucking hard, but like Saturday, Sunday, kind of even Friday night, like, yeah, I mean, as long as I know ahead of time, we can make something work. Just so
I
we can
got
kind of
nothing
get
against it.
through some of this, you know what I mean?
Mm.
If anything ever comes up. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, we got a great pace going. There's nothing wrong if I have nothing against doing a session. I actually really look forward to the sessions. Like,
Mhm.
so
Random stuff, yeah.
I'm always down to
Me
fucking. Yeah, I'm always down to get together if we can.
Hell yeah. All right.
Let me know.
Word. Well, good shit, guys.
I can always
Thank you for
time.
entertaining my rant at the beginning. I
No
think honestly, I
worries.
think it worked out perfectly.
I
It
think it worked
did
out well.
actually.
Can I just
Yeah.
tell you
Felt
about
very
the?
canon.
Can I tell you about the sex mechanic that I came up with because it didn't happen?
Sex, okay.
I'm not gonna say no.
In
So
case someone wanted to bang some fucking barmaids.
because I was convinced, I was like, I'm gonna give him like a tiefling so he can have set his weird fantasy or orc or whatever the fuck, but it didn't happen, which is fine with me. So my first thought was like, oh well, he has to roll performance, obviously. So that was my first initial thought, is rolling performance to see like how it goes. And then I was talking to my wife and I was just kind of like complaining about like sex and media, and she was like, well, like just make him have syphilis. And I was like, that's really funny, but the issue with that is that if he has syphilis, the whole session is going to turn into them trying to figure out how to cure syphilis. And then I was thinking about it,
Wait,
and
I
I
have
was
syphilis?
no, like if you
Oh, I
had
get
sex,
Oh my
syphilis from the
God.
yeah. So then I was thinking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna put STDs in this game because I think it's really fucking
Oh
funny.
my God.
So I came up with a legit, like,
And if you
I'm
roll
proud of
low,
it. So I'm very proud of the system. I think it would work. So this is the one part that I'm like a little iffy on, because originally my original thought was you start off with a death saving throw. So 10 to 1 is you obviously fail. So that would be like a luck roll. So if you fail the luck roll, the person that you slept with has an STD.
Oh my
So
God.
Oh,
I came up with a list of STDs to translate into Dungeons and Dragons. Um, so so you
I
yeah,
hope they all have. I hope they all have fun names.
so I didn't come up with names. I just looked at real life STDs and then was like, well, what would it do in a like an RPG type setting?
Right.
So you
The
have
whole health class.
you have your death saving throw, right? So you fail that. Then I roll a d8 to see what the person has. So I'll just run through the list real quick.
Oh, that's cool.
The first one I have is just straight HIV. And each one has its own debuff.
your
The D
character dies.
the D no
There's
no
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 medicine.
no, the debuff is you lose 10% of your max health, and every time you level up while you have this disease, that percent increases by 5%. Number two is syphilis. You have. I just made it the confusion spell because I thought the confusion spell was really funny, because it's like you roll a number and then whatever that number is like what your character does, and it's like dumb stuff like they
Yeah.
just walk away. So I was like, that would be like kind of funny. Number three is
This is very
chlamydia.
detailed for something that might not ever happen for anyone in this anyone in this party.
Welcome
But
to the world
if
of
you if
TMing.
I know, right?
yeah,
Number three
I
is
will tell you if you
chlamydia. I'll just run through these super quick. Constitution DC 13 saving throw. Um, and if you fail, you get 1d4 damage. Herpes, you have disadvantage on persuasion, because I thought that would be really funny. Because you have herpes on your face. Gonorrhea is disadvantage on constitution saving throws. Hepatitis is disadvantage on perception, because I was reading it darkens your eyes or some shit. Pubic lice, you have to roll to keep concentration on spells because your crotch is itchy. And then last is one I've never heard of before. It's like, I wrote it horribly. It's Malo Sun Contagion. That one I have. It's like your skin gets like bubbles on it, so you get +1 to your AC, but you get -1 to your charisma stat. And those are the ones that I came up with.
Are any of those, are they all curable, or is it just permanent?
You could just do. I think clerics have a cured disease, spell, then you could just use that if you wanted to. I
Not
I
Claudia.
wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 5 gold.
After I
I'll have to
threaten
find
Abel,
one.
I'm gonna have him cure my fucking syphilis.
I just thought it would be
Yeah,
really
you-
funny, and like I was thinking about it, and I was like, how would I make it cure them? I was like, it's fucking. There's magic in the game. They can just use cure disease, and that would be
Right.
it. Like,
Exactly.
Right. I couldn't picture Brunier just dying of AIDS in a magical world.
that's
That would be funny
that's
as
the
fuck.
issue.
He
Yeah.
gets syphilis and goes insane.
Yeah. Even though he might have had it coming.
I thought just as like a general mechanic, it might be kind of funny. But I was reading that
Oh, yeah.
statistically about 20% of the world has an STD. So I was debating on making a death saving throw to see if you get it, or if you roll a D20 and if you get 1 through 4, because that would be 20%, then you would get it. So
It's the only way that you get it. You're trying to bang somebody.
yes.
Yeah. Even knowing that information, if you put me in any situation I can bang my way out of, I'm gonna bang my way out
He's
of.
gonna
I just
try.
hope you- I just hope you know that.
I also like that he's treating it like like it's a cursed object.
Yeah. man.
I've read so much stuff
If there's a
online.
cave